a Grammy Award for Best R&B Performance by a Duo or Group with Vocals. Why aren't they giving me everything? What's going on here? Oh, I see. Okay, I got it now. Grammy Hall of Fame Award, the BET Lifetime Achievement Award, the Grammy Award for Best R&B Instrumental, TV Land Entertainer Award, an AACP Image Award, Hall of Fame Award, and the American Music Award for Favorite Soul. Let me see what this is. Soul, R&B, and Band Duo Group. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Earth, Wind, and Fire. Great group. Hope you enjoyed that. All right. Let's get back to the chat and see what's going on. Anybody? Brown-eyed girl in the house. Welcome, my dear. Hey. And the NSA is in the house, I got to tell you. There's a couple of messages here from them. The first one reads, Happy holidays, my fellow Americans. May peace and love be in abundance in your life, and we continue to protect the interests of every citizen, every second of every day, because we too are citizens of this great nation. And then I just got another note from them saying, remember those patriots and civilians deployed worldwide who will be on duty over the holidays, forever vigilant, enabling the rest of us to enjoy peaceful time and friends and family. Not like some of those people in down under. And you guys hear what happened in Australia today? Well, yesterday, actually, for them now. Little more than 16 people. Well, the number's not actually known. I'm going to read the story in a little while. But somewhere around 16 to 20 people were taken hostage in a coffee shop for over 16 hours. It was a self-proclaimed cleric, Muslim cleric, who was... the man was a sex offender. He had his ex-wife was murdered by his present or next girlfriend. I mean, the guy's a friggin' mess. All right, he's been on the radar of the Aussies for a very long time. But what I don't understand with that is, you know, if he's on the radar, how does he get to do the? I guess you can't watch him every minute of every day, but still. Anyway, he took control of about 20 people. Again, we're not sure the number. But basically, he had them, because the windows in the coffee shop, he had them, 3 or 4 of them stand for 2 hours at a time with their hands up against the window, put a flag underneath their hands so that the flag could show whatever, I forget what it is. I'm sure it'll be in the article. I'll read it in a little bit. And I got to tell you, I caught this at the last, must have been the last half hour this morning, 16 and a half hours in. And people were finally getting out. I don't know if they were getting out. We still don't know the whole story. And there's a lot to come from this story yet. But you could see people running out. They got out, or he let them out. I don't know which. I can't see how he would let them out, because after the last group of people, 5 or 6 people got out, the Aussies went in, man, and they went in guns blazing. They lit this bitch up, man. Let me tell you. They lit his ass up. He wasn't surviving that. They must have chopped him up into little pieces, because these weren't like, you know, handguns going off. These were automatic weapons, and it was a barrage of bullets. You could see the flashes of light from inside where they were on the street. That's how rapid and fast these are. They weren't playing around, and they lit this guy up, man. And I'm so glad. I'm just so glad. You know, the Aussies, they're just like us. They really are. And they're a crack organization. Their Secret Service and their police. I mean, these guys know what they're doing. You want anybody behind you or behind you, you know, covering your back? Those are the guys you want there. They went in. I mean, 2 people died. We don't know if it was friendly fire or if this lone wolf terrorist shot the 2. A couple of 4 other people were hurt, and just terror all the way around for 16 hours. Can't imagine that happening. But that's the life we live now, you know, in our country, all over the world. You know, these radicalized morons, these people who think that they're God, and it's not all Muslims. Again, I'm going to say this and make this very clear. It isn't the majority of Muslims out there, ladies and gentlemen. It's not. These are the radicalized, nothing else to do. They've got no brains and can't think for themselves, assholes who sit behind a computer and read the garbage and the filth that's put out by ISIS and Al-Qaeda and everybody else. Andrew, Zodiac, welcome. Thank you for stopping by, my friend. And they read this garbage and they believe it. But what are you going to do? You know, until somebody gets into the Oval Office that's willing to let's just say it, you know, use their balls. This isn't going to go away. I mean, this president says he's going to fight him. We're going to destroy them. He made a speech just the other day. I think it was yesterday or today. Was it today? I don't think it was today. May have been yesterday. About how we're going to destroy them. You know, I just don't understand it. I don't get it. We know we're the only ones that can annihilate this group. We can do it in a few months. I know and I get it and I hear you all from here. We're war weary with the treasure and blood that was already spilt and spent. But you know what? That was all wasted. It was wasted because this president decided he was going to do what he wanted to do. When he wanted to do it, he was going to pull these people out of Afghanistan. That's what he did. He pulled them out of, well, we should have been there anyway. Well, let me not get into that. And created a vacuum. That's what he did. He created a vacuum. He was told this was going to happen. He was told by his own people this was going to happen. And sure enough, it happened. And now it's not his fault. No, it can't be his fault. Mandy Pinetown in the house. Thank you, sweetie, for stopping by. I got a couple of bones to pick with you, Mandy Pinetown. We'll get to you in a minute. I'm on a roll here. Andrew hasn't heard any of the news at all in a week. Oh, my God, Andrew. But anyway, getting back to this tragedy in Sydney, Australia. Like I said, I watched it, and they lit this son of a bitch up. I mean, when they went in guns blazing, and I got it. You know, I don't like to look at people dead in photos. Of, you know, that's just not me. I'm not built that way. Although I love horror movies, but I would love to see what this guy looks like after these guys got through with this guy. They went in and cut his ass up. I mean, if he's going to Allah and meet his virgins, man, they're going to need a lot of tape. Because they're going to have to put this son of a bitch back together again. And I don't think they're going to be able to do it. That man's laying it in pieces. I don't think there's anything left of this guy. And that's the way it should be. You want to terrorize people. You want to threaten people. You want to behead people. And you want to talk like you're big shots. That's the way you got to go out. So if you're going to be immortalized, I guess that's the way to do it. You get a little fireworks before you go. Man, I give it to those Aussies. God bless them and keep them safe because, you know, people like that, and like the people we have, our men and women in the military, who go in to do a job, they get it done the right way, you know. But when you don't have the backing of your own commander in chief, I mean that's pretty hard. That's pretty hard, you know. England, Australia, if you go from these countries to fight in this jihad for ISIS or Al-Qaeda, you don't get back into your country. You don't get to come back right away. You don't get to come back as a citizen. I believe they pull their passports and they're not allowed back in the country. And that's the way it should be. It really should be, ladies and gentlemen. You want to go fight? Go. That's your prerogative. But don't expect to come back here and be an American and get everything that you're supposed to get as an American citizen. Because you just gave it up. That's desertion, as far as I'm concerned. I don't know about anybody else, but that's how I feel about it. You want to go fight for them? Hey, go. Knock yourself out. You know, we'll get you. We'll run into you again, sooner or later. Either with a bomb up your ass or a bullet in your head. One of the two. We'll see you again. And you know, more power to you. But don't expect to get back into this country, you know, and just say, you know, all right, I'm finished now, I'm coming back. Go stay where you are. Go let them take care of you. Why should we take care of you? Why should we have to pay for your medical bills or anything else that you did while you're fighting over there? So this president needs to wake up, and hopefully the next Congress will we'll get together and I don't know, maybe just do the right thing. Let's see, what did I do here? Okay, I'm just going to have to do it again. I'm now going to read the actual story. This way you guys know exactly what happened if you haven't heard. And then I want to get into a little later on, this what's going on in New York. I mean, wait till you hear that garbage. It's just let me not get into this. Police say 3 dead, including gunmen, after raid ends Sydney hostage situation. Police say 3 people are dead, including the gunman, after authorities stormed a Sydney cafe early Tuesday, bringing a dramatic end to a 16-hour standoff in which a jihadist and murder suspect had held 17 hostages in a scene much of the world watched on television. A series of explosions, believed to be gunshots and flash grenades, came just before 2:30 a.m. local time as several more hostages fled Lindt Chocolate Cafe, where a man identified as, I'm not even going to read this moron's name, an Iranian who also known for sending hate mail to the families of, listen to this. I didn't mention this. Get this. He's an Iranian who also, let's see, what did I do here? Oh, he's identified as whatever his name is, an Iranian, also known for sending hate mail to the families of fallen soldiers, was holed up with the captives. Authorities say this Iranian was shot and killed during the confrontation with police. A 34-year-old man and 38-year-old woman were also among the dead. Police said 4 people were injured in the raid, including a female hostage who was shot in the leg, an official told the Associated Press. One policeman, who suffered a gunshot wound in the face, is in good condition and is grateful to be alive. Police Commissioner Andrew Scipione told reporters at a press conference. Several people were taken from the building on stretchers as an alarm rang, and police in riot gear moved in and out of the shop. In the heart of Australia's largest city business district, a bomb disposal robot was seen being deployed in the shop, though police said the standoff was over. Authorities later said no explosive devices were found. A handful of hostages seen fleeing as the explosions echoed through the pre-dawn air followed escapees hours earlier by 5 captives. Sydney siege is over. More details to follow, New South Wales Police posted on Twitter. Scipione called the ordeal a distressing time for the families of those involved. We are strong together. We will get through this, added New South Wales Premier Mike Bayard. For hours, television news crews had broadcast footage of frightened hostages looking out through the front window. Initially, police did not identify this guy, though they knew he was the suspect inside. His identity was known early on to the police and media alike, but was only released for the record by police sources as night fell on Sydney, with the nation transfixed on the televised scene. During the evening hours on Monday, several people were seen with their arms in the air and hands pressed against the glass, and 2 people were seen holding up a black flag associated with Islamic fanaticism. Australian broadcaster Network 10 reported that this maniac, seen wielding a shotgun and a machete, had forced hostages to call him the brother and demanded to speak directly with Australian Prime Minister Tony Abbott. These guys are funny. The gunman seems to be sort of rotating these people through these positions on the windows with their hands and faces up against the glass, 7 Network television news reporter Chris Reason said. According to the Associated Press, one woman we've counted was there at least 2 hours. An extraordinary, agonizing time for her, surely having to stand on her feet for that long. The drama began during the Monday morning rush hour and carried into nighttime in Australia's largest city. 5 hostages escaped some 6 hours into the ordeal, running outside a side door and into the arms of police who had the shop surrounded. The shop is in Sydney's central business district in Martin Place, a plaza